Welcome to another session of Dungeons and Dragons, where a bunch of nerdy-ass non-voice actors come to play Dungeons and Dragons. So a few announcements before we get going. First, music today will be provided by Incompetech.com. Kevin MacLeod, we have no affiliation with him, but he does provide music with a simple appreciation in the video. Other than that, please visit our website, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, our Twitch channel to subscribe, follow, so you can keep in touch and make sure you get alerted when different sessions are coming up. Quarterly fundraiser is the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention still. It'll be running through September. Just a modest goal of $1,000. If you can donate, please do. If you can't, there's other ways to help fund it by clicking on subscriptions, advertisements within the YouTube channel, and telling your friends about the channel. With that, we'll go ahead and kick into our session. So to recap what occurred last time, they just finished clearing out Cragmaw Castle. They have a couple prisoners in tow. One is a parent drow female assassin of sorts, and the other is the wizard Glassstaff. On their way back to Phandelver, they are ambushed by a dire wolf, apparently, a creature that lunges out at Mourning Thunder, and then is followed by a moose coming from the woods, who then manifests into a female moon elf, instructing the rest of the party to stand by because this is part of Mourning Thunder's trial.
So Guntrin died.
Oh, and Guntrin
Yes.
died.
If you did not catch last episode,
Completely tragic.
spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Guntrin did not make it. Brar was carrying his body, but with the, I guess.
Well, I don't think it's any care that I dropped him at this point.
It's true. There are no negative hit points.
It's the least. When you're dead, there are no negative.
That is true. You can't get more unconscious.
And then it switches to the DM on my screen, so you don't see us just like.
So am I too.
Oh, but don't I?
I would like to get a little clicker, so like a little more easier than instead of clicking on the actual F1 buttons.
So like switch it back and forth.
Yeah. Or maybe if you get really big, we can have some sort of like moderator here that can switch it for me, so I can concentrate just on.
Maybe we'll get there.
We'll see. Until then, I'll be clicking random buttons, hopefully making this a little more theatrical for all of us.
Just give me the buttons. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Just press all the buttons. All right.
Reminiscent to people who have never had an old fashioned.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sick taste of
So Direwolf took a swipe, and I dodged it, and Moose turned into Elf and said, "What did she say? She? What? He?
She.
She?
Yeah,
Okay.
as a female. She turned to the rest of the group to stand down. As is part of your trials. And then that's where we left off, and that's where we'll pick up. So right now you have this larger than previous wolves that you have fought. About twice the size. Dark fur, black fur, teeth showing, but the eyes are almost intelligent-like. Looking around, scoping out the scene.
Kind of like when you turn into a big ass bear.
So the taller, the only other moon elf they were sized for you, once again explains this is part of her Raha land.
Say that again.
Raha.
Can I roll to see if I know what that means?
Sure.
Do any of us?
You read books.
Yeah, the rest of us don't.
Well, okay, so 12.
12.
Well, okay. What history, intelligence?
History. Yeah.
Yeah,
12.
12.
You read it somewhere. You're not sure what it means. It's some sort of moon elf tribal ritual of sorts.
Some sort of tribal ritual.
No, your pet dog there just tried to bite my friend. I don't know what kind of trial she's on, But unless you got like some sort of bounty notice.
It's okay, Bar. It's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine. Who are you guys?
Okay, you just say the word.
Yeah. You just say the words and we will, terminate.
Let's
That's
figure
British accent. Damn it, I need to get more. Hold on a second.
Get the French back. Thanks, Brar.
Just think wine and baguettes.
On baguette. Croissant.
Don't thank me.
So I asked them who they are. I asked the tall elf who she is.
Okay. She's kind of distracted, trying to get out of bay. But everybody can hear from the wolf a voice, as it kind of in a gruffer, grizzly more voice than the taller female. We're your tribe.
Well, considering I was left in the woods by myself, that doesn't mean much to me right now. So if this isn't about them, let them go.
Listening to this, the taller moon elf addressing you guys as a group. We're not here to hurt anybody. We're just here to make sure you're strong enough.
So what does that mean? What do you want me to do then?
And then the wolf then says, defend yourself. And it prepares to make an attack.
No. Yeah. Oh, damn it. I'm so British. Oh.
Say croissant.
Croissant. Croissant.
No, but what I really know right now, Red, not so much as in the croissant, but the popcorn. Popcorn, for the fight.
Oh. All right.
Was she said that they would not be
So then-
hurting us, and here they are starting a fight? That does not seem very, that's
Apparently she's on
This
trial.
is a trial just for her. It's a tribal thing. It's important. I know that much.
You rest assured that if it actually looks like she's gonna hurt,
Well, I'm gonna bear out, I
I'm gonna
guess.
cut the crap out of that wolf.
Okay, roll for initiative.
All of us?
Just you.
Just me?
Yep.
Oh, for being
This
the
is your trial.
yeah. Then
Rock out with your
20.
Okay, you go first. As you can see, the wolf now, making eye contact with you,
That works.
sinking down, ready to attack. I guess your natural instincts kicks in, and you want to defend yourself. The other elf doesn't have any weapons in her hand. Just kind of arms out, just neutral. Just just let this kind of take its course.
I would just rather subdue this fella, so I'm gonna try to take him down.
Okay.
Just take him down.
Bear, go like full bear mode. Just tear him down.
No, I don't tear into him. Not yet. Not unless I need to. So, what am I rolling for? Just to take him down?
So you
Like-
transform in a bear form.
Yeah.
Okay. So every bonus action. So now, what would you like to do? Would you like to grapple him, like hold him
Grapple,
down?
yeah.
Okay. So it'll be a strength check versus his strength or a dexterity check.
Damn.
I don't believe in you, pink dice.
What is
I
it?
don't believe in you.
It's a natural 1,
Oh.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
plus like some numbers.
Holy shoot.
So as you go to kind of bear hug him, he's just too quick. It darts out of the way, and you face plant, now prone on the ground.
Brar's gonna find like a nice stump to kind of hunker down on and prop Gundren
So I
up, so
have-
it looks like Gundren's like
So do I
moving
have
as
a
well.
movement?
Like weekend at Bernie's over here, weekend at Gundren's.
I still
Just because he's dead doesn't mean he can't enjoy a good fight.
He like falls over, you grab him from the back, bring him back
What
up.
about
Everything
your
about
friend?
this is terrible.
What?
What about your friend Michael?
Mako's
Mako's
probably with me, propping him up from the other side.
Yeah.
Do I have a movement?
I'm gonna keep watching
I still have a movement.
Yes.
And I use it to stand back up.
This distraction.
Okay, so he was about 5-10 feet away from you, so you still have 20 or so feet of movement, so half of that is to stand back up as the bear. Okay. Turn around and face him.
Yeah.
The wolf.
So I'm not just laying in the dirt.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
You took a moment. You're just like,
This is not going well at all.
It's alright, it's just your beginning. You've still got your bear. You can bear
poor
walk out.
bear.
The wolf turns to the moon elf and says, "She's too weak.
From one move, you notice that? Come on.
We have been raiding a castle for like a day.
Yeah, that's true.
Really, this is the worst time for you to make anti.
Hang in there, Mourning Thunder. I've seen more threatening puppies in like the local, kennels.
This is a big.
Well, he's a large.
wolf. Like it's about the size
he's talking
of
shit. He's talking shit to get hit.
Mourning Thunder's bear form, just a slightly smaller
I
than
have
that.
another 20. I think I'm
Yeah, do you want purple?
I mean,
Oh,
here's a
switching
bunch
it
of
out.
Options.
Oh no, I mean
Don't
like.
trust my
Pinch
dice.
hitter over
No,
here.
I'm gonna go for my double attack next time, probably. So.
So the moon elf female kind of negotiating with the party over here says, keep testing her. So the wolf fears to attack. Roll for defense.
Squirrel.
It's like get like a little ball of gelatin and throw it into the woods.
He hits.
What'd you get?
6.
Yeah.
Use her dice.
Okay.
Oh, they're both sparkly. Perfect.
Yeah. I was like, the pattern matches. It's so pretty.
Oh shit.
You suffer 10 points of damage.
Well, I don't know where I am right now.
You're
Started at
bear max.
Yeah, bear max.
Whoops.
Bare necessities.
Well, geez Louise. He's got
And
half attack.
now he does, because there's no other person, I guess, distracting you or causing you any kind of danger right now. He does not get pack attack.
Oh, he doesn't get pack
he doesn't.
attack.
No.
Good.
Also perform a strength check. See if he takes you down.
God damn, mother F. 6.
Wow. So he, as he lunges at you, you just trying to gain your balance, turn around. He sinks his teeth into your upper shoulder, right by your neck. Luckily misses it, but throws you onto your side as the bear and is now standing over you.
Really, I must say, it would probably be in your best interest to just come back down with us so we can dump these criminals in, and then you can have your fight when we are well rested.
Yeah, let's
This
rest.
is clearly not advantageous for her.
So
She needs to rest.
So right now you're back prone. You're prone
I
on the
can use my
ground.
movement to get up.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, well we'll do that.
Don't listen to these negative Nancy's, Motho. You got this.
The moon elf near you guys just says we're running out of time. That needs to happen now.
What? I'm running out of time. Can I?
I'm
Is
asking
it attack time? Can I
for
attack now?
what?
Your attack time.
Oh my god. This is incredible.
This is so painful.
You have not rolled anything above a 10.
She hasn't
well,
rolled anything but
I
a
bit
6.
you, right?
Yeah.
No. No.
What's
Burn some incense and just have
A
Zen.
10. No wait, just kidding. Hold on.
The dice are not
That's an
happy.
11.
The dice
11?
have spoken.
Get a lighter and threaten the dice with melting.
Why am I rolling so horribly?
I'm sorry.
It's impressively bad.
It's impressively good, yes.
It's no big deal. It's just your personal trial. It's.
I need a do-over. This is horrible. This is not how this is supposed to go at all.
This is the fun part of D&D. Yeah, you adapt the story
That's
to
it.
how
I
the
quit.
dice
Drop my
rolls.
dice. I'm out.
Right?
You know
The
what?
bear just rolls over. Kill
Maybe you just
me.
don't need a family anymore. Just
Maybe
do it.
it's just really psyching me out.
Yeah. You know what? She is right. Perhaps we should just cheer her on and hope for the best.
The bear-
You think maybe we should stop?
Motho.
Maybe it's your negative vibes that are making her roll so bad. I mean,
just
attack
worried
so
that the
bad.
criminals will get away while we
I'm
are
not even looking at
distracted.
roll. Okay, so I didn't hit you.
All right, so standing back up now. Turn around,
Jesus Christ.
slash and bite, but the wolf, as big as it is very quick and just dodges out of your way.
Damn you, fireball!
It is now going to once again go for the bite.
God, how is it possible?
What is it? What'd you get?
A 1.
The first one's a 1?
The first one's the one she dropped down in anger was a 2.
I cannot believe this.
It's okay.
What?
We just throw more dice at the problem. Here, have another dice.
Yeah, I don't trust my dice to
This is
help
like
you.
a crit.
You take 15 points of damage.
What's that, Matt?
I would offer one of my dice, but I don't want you to
left.
curse them too.
As the wolf, once again, this time going for the opposite
He's
shoulder,
clearly stronger than me.
actually gets into
Yeah.
any portion of your neck and tears out a piece of flesh.
Okay.
We
you went
believe
fine.
in you.
Roll. So the 2 was your strength check, or would you like to roll officially?
That was
first?
not a real
That was
roll.
a
I
that-
should
that
just
was a
drop
brain
Okay.
It was
check.
just yeah.
Official strength check.
That was I can't believe
Go
this.
fail her green die.
That's better. That's
You
better.
know,
That's your
it's the highest roll you
that's
made
your
thus
best roll
far.
this evening.
What is
Okay.
it?
7.
11.
11. Just by his forceful action, he once again knocks you down to the ground.
Okay, you know what?
No, don't make her curse my dice. Give her the green ones. Give her
It's a ruler.
no, give her the green ones.
This is horrible.
Here,
Yeah.
you can use the radioactive dice.
Don't curse my dice. Trust in the radioactive dice.
I mean,
Roll
like,
with your other hand.
you can plan so much, but it's all in the dice.
Roll with your other hand and blow on them.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some brawler luck.
Yeah.
Alright,
Sorry, Kitty.
standing back up, bleeding now from both sides, a little panting. Let's go for an attack on this wolf.
Okay, we've got. Alright. 18 and a 12.
Which one was the first one?
My bite.
Okay. Next time, just let me know which dice is which attack.
I bite first.
Well, as far as like, so like when you say the radioactive one will be my bite, the other one will be my
Yeah, I'm gonna
claw.
bite the shit out of
You
Okay.
have to bite.
Is he gonna-
So bite, go ahead.
Spider
Roll
there.
for damage.
You gotta roll.
That's-
What?
D20.
Oh, it's not a d20. Just kidding. 1d8
Yeah.
plus
It's hard to tell with those like 4 radioactive. Oh, no.
10.
Yeah.
10.
It's green dice.
Radioactive dice.
Okay.
Just, yeah, just.
So
They've
you
spoken.
finally you land it. Maybe you got a little, or maybe the wolf got a little cocky here, but you do land a solid bite onto it. But it's still standing, obviously,
Of
and it's still
course.
ready to come at you.
You got it, Motho. That was a good one. Keep it
Come
up.
on, you got this. Take that little mutt down.
So now, almost like circling each other, like two wild animals would. Now it's Wolf's turn to lash out at you and see if it lands an attack.
Well, you know.
Maybe Burr should just blow it.
4.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yep.
13.
Oh, balls. I think that actually.
I am human again.
Elf.
Help again.
Now that the damage does roll over. So however much you had left, subtract that from 13. That's how much.
Yep, I'm at 10 now. As an elf.
And roll a strength check to see if you remain standing up.
What is it? 11. What's your current strength? So your
Oh,
strength
current
is-
is.
yours is +1, so 12.
Okay. So once again, it lashes out, chomps on you, and tears you down to the ground. As you come down to the ground, your bear form dissipates, and you are now in your elf form.
Good.
Wolf out.
I don't have any transformations left. Oh, it's my turn.
At this time, the moon elf with you guys comes running over and stands between you and the wolf, saying, "That's enough."
You've had a very long day. That is all it is. Just a very long day. Just,
Yeah, I don't think that was fair at all.
What trials are very rarely fair.
Where's my person?
Oh,
Right
Oh,
here.
that's the other elf. Sorry.
The wolf now, once begins to don't throw the bear away. That's the bear's fault.
It's the dice.
it's not fatty bear.
Throw them in the food process.
That was more embarrassing than I would like to say.
It's not your fault.
Ready for this one? More and bear.
Oh, God. Why did you say
He went
no? No.
Is there going to be like a tribal council? Am I getting voted off?
The wolf
You've
now,
already been voted off the island.
as you guys watch, drops its form and manifests into a female moon elf. Not quite as tall as the other one. This one has a faux hawk looking hairstyle, dark hair, but looks very angry.
Older or younger than me? Can I tell that?
A little bit older.
Okay.
Um,
So if I got to roll for it, I probably can't tell.
it's kind of hard to tell when you're not prone, bleeding on the ground, but you can tell that that they are just a little bit older than you. So
Older siblings, man. I'm getting my
The,
payback for my real life.
the shorter one now, looking down at her, she's too weak. She's too weak. Arguing now
bitch.
back and forth with the taller one. But there's so few of us.
Your family is terrible.
No shit, I thought Shannon's family was bad. Oh my
We all
god.
same. Apparently we all have
Same
terrible
thing.
families, but yours are clearly the worst.
The big one now reaches down her hand to help you up.
And I accept because I'm hurting pretty bad. I need
Okay.
assistance, but I do assist.
She
Or I
helps
do
you
assist,
up.
I do accept.
We are the Windchaser sisters.
That was actually kind of awesome.
Right? The thunder in the background?
Oh, man.
It took me a second, and then I was like, oh.
So am I Windchaser sister?
No, but we hail from the same tribe. The Wayward Son.
Are you guys getting the reference?
I don't know if I do.
It hurts me. Oh, Tumblr's gonna explode about this.
Well, tell me more about it.
We'll talk more
When?
on our travels.
Our travels.
When
I have
you're
to go
ready.
with you.
Oh wait.
Now.
We'll walk with you guys. But for now, you look pretty beat up. Should we make camp soon?
Let me just.
That is what we were trying to do.
Yeah, we were trying to do that because we needed a rest.
Yeah, we've had kind of a long day.
So, let me just touch base with my team here.
The shorter one. The enemy doesn't wait for you to rest. They'll attack without mercy.
And what enemy are you talking about? Because we've come across a lot of them.
And he just shouts out, "We're being hunted."
By who?
We don't know.
Well,
That is
Not
very
very helpful.
helpful. Yeah, it's very helpful.
Super helpful, guys.
so why?
Why?
Yeah,
Probably because they can turn into like weird animals and shit.
maybe.
What are you talking about? That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. I'm a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
I can only turn into a sheep.
We're druids.
Yeah.
We're also hunters.
Yes.
Of what?
Other
Monsters.
Uh huh.
Oh, thanks, mother.
So the calmer, taller one is talking to you guys. And if you guys get the reference, yeah.
I had a little tiny stroke.
Just a little aneurysm in the back.
Bring me a grapefruit, too. Thanks. The opener. So you don't know who's hunting us. Do you know why? And who's us? Just druids, elves,
Our tribe.
or just the tribe
Right.
specifically?
The Wayward Sons.
Just the wayward sons.
Sun.
Just the wayward son. Thank you. So what did we do to tick these people off? Tick these creatures off?
We probably hunted their kind too much. We drew attention. Most of our tribe has been destroyed.
By
Oh, I know how that feels.
Yeah, Bard can empathize. So, I don't typically hunt anything in particular. Is there something in particular the Wayward Son was hunting?
We attack things that are not natural to this realm.
Such as?
The undead,
Okay. Killed some of those.
vampires, werewolves.
Okay.
Seen things like those.
Yeah. So,
You guys encountered werewolves before?
No.
not werewolves yet.
But there was a monster that liked blood and could communicate telepathically. We thought it was a vampire for a while, but it turned out it was not.
The tall one pulls out a little ledger book, starts flipping through the pages.
Of course.
It was our fathers. And
Your fathers or my fathers or all of our fathers?
the two sisters' fathers.
Oh.
We're not related.
Oh,
Okay.
Food related.
You didn't have to crush her up that quickly, man.
Seriously.
these guys are assholes.
I'm curious though.
The tall one kind of gets like a almost not frightful, but like
Offended.
panicky kind of face. Like, listen, we need all the help we can get. We came out here to save her.
Deceive me.
Like I
That
said,
method's
we're all
all
being
right.
hunted, and they'll
So
soon
you
come
decided
for
to
you.
save me by trying to attack me.
We need to make sure you're strong enough to defend yourself.
I have my team with me, and that makes us all together strong enough.
And we are friends, and we will look out for each other.
Mm-hmm.
If you had not stopped trying to attack her, we probably would have attacked you, and likely killed you.
It's a good thing you do have your friends, because alone, I don't think you would survive.
Well then, why did
You sure you don't want me
I
to beat
get
him?
left alone?
You sure you don't want me to beat her up?
It's alright, we're okay for now. I'm still asking questions. We're
Alright.
okay for now. So then why was I left alone if this was such a danger?
It's part of our trials is to be left alone in the woods to make sure we can survive.
As a child?
Yes.
Whoa.
As you know, elves are much older as a child age.
Yeah, but your comprehension, your maturity is still parallel with that of like a young child. As a, let's say, human comparison.
And you are still alive.
I am, because I had a family of beasts to help keep me alive. And
Most
then
of the time
my
we do.
friends.
Well, yes, most of the time we do align ourselves with beasts, and that embodies us with the spirit to transform into these said beasts. I was grateful enough to find a gaggle of meese. No, a group of mooses.
A group of
Yes.
I mean, that is kind of a strange thing to turn into, but I can imagine they'd be pretty lethal.
They actually
they're
are.
kind of terrifying, especially the cards.
They probably move pretty quick too.
Mm.
At least in a straight line.
They're really tall, though.
Yeah. They're like salt.
As long as they look like branches.
Well, so are bear, like your bear forms. They're all kind of large creatures. Because they are moon elves and they are moon druids. So they are able to transform into the larger beasts.
Well, this is all a lot for me to take in right now, so I think that we need to set up a camp and rest. And I assume you guys are going to be with us another day.
Yes, there are more trials for tonight.
What?
They're gonna beat you up more.
No.
For tonight?
They're just like,
I'm just like, seriously, there's just a lot going on right now.
all I can think about
Let's-
is the Rick and Morty where Summer and Rick get really buff and they just like beat up people. That's what I'm seeing is just these two elves just beating up. We're like continuously on Mourning Thunder. Just like nonstop. Instead of Hitler, just Mourning Thunder.
No more combat trials.
Next one's the
We've-
swirly tour.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we're done. We're
Okay.
done. We're done.
It's okay. Okay. Straight face.
This is supposed to be really serious.
Yep.
I mean, like, yes, so serious.
So,
We're silly tour.
well, it's kind of hard to be too serious with Windchaser.
So what do you mean no more combat trials? Like, what other trials? Tonight, you said?
Yes.
Ugh.
It's because of the moon. There's a full moon, and we won't be able to have the same trial again for another month.
You're not going to take 30 days rest. No,
We
okay.
need to move on.
Okay. So, like, intellectual trials?
Yes.
How late in the day is it?
It's the sun's. You guys been on. It was setting when you guys were in the castle. So you guys been on the road afterwards for about an hour and a half. So it's just setting now.
Well, I mean, trials is one thing, but we need to get these two back to town. If you can help us make sure they don't escape and do your trials. But they done murdered my friend.
Well,
And
we were
I-
going to stop for rest.
And
anyway,
I don't
right?
intend to let them get away with it, so
Yeah, let everyone go to sleep.
I don't,
And
you guys can move
Well,
nuts.
not everyone at the same time.
no, but let, like, my friends go get some rest, and I'll do whatever trials you need me to do the best that I can, and we'll help keep the prisoners at bay for whoever's on watch.
Gundred nods.
Corpse of Gunfin.
Corpse of Gundren.
Oh gosh. And Minko's just like, I don't understand.
He's kind of
enjoying
chuckling.
it. He's probably really enjoying it. He probably is.
See, Mako having kind of like a wider face with a teethy, wide grin, Joker-like.
I know, right? It's so appropriate. There's like a serious thunderstorm going on right now.
Just so
Well,
happens that
it's
there's
Too bad
a
it's
thunderstorm
evening
approaching.
thunder as opposed to morning.
Oh. Go on.
I'll be here all week.
Alright, so if you guys want to make camp and rest, I'll get going with my trials here.
That's fine with
I
us.
think that is a good idea.
Oh, so what do we call you?
Oh yeah, what do we
Big
call
sister,
you?
little
Just-
sister?
The
just
Windchaser sister.
Windchaser sister?
Angry sister.
But
not
what if
so
we just want to
angry
refer to one of them?
Oh, I do that.
Mohawk, not Mohawk.
Because some elves. No.
The shorter one comes over, reaches out a hand. My name's Dream.
Brr.
Dream.
This is my younger sister, Sand.
Okay.
Are these references?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the short one's a little gruffer. Shakes your hand, very stern. The tall one seems to be more sympathetic.
Wouldn't
Towards what's
taller
going
one
on.
be Sand then?
Taller in the sand.
Oh,
The
okay.
shorter one is Dream. The
Sand-
younger,
Sand is younger,
The
but
taller, younger. Shorter, older.
I mean, why couldn't Dream be like, you
I
know?
do.
Yeah.
Be dreamy.
I had to put a little twist to it.
What kind of-
Why don't you ask? Why are they females? Why are they females hunting?
Yeah, actually, I do have that question. Why do they send chicks out? Is it because I'm a chick? Or
Wow. They can do just everything
I'm
the
just
same
saying,
as the dudes can.
do we have male elves or is our race becoming extinct?
That's just reproduced by budding.
I mean, are the males so limited from being hunted or something that it's just females left?
So I guess set up camp now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so in this kind of wooded area, as you guys start to set up camp, Mourning Thunder and the other two Moon Elves have their conversations. You guys can listen in. For the most part, they're focusing on her. And they explain to you that it's your tribal culture, that the females are the hunters. That the males will be the ones to kind of keep up the home, organize, stuff like that, the politics of it.
Actually, that's kind of nice.
Right?
I've always wanted to be a student.
But they're also defending the home, right?
Stay home, bro.
Well, males are competent, don't get me wrong, but it's the females which will adapt to the wild and become more powerful. The more, it's like Den Mother-esque, matriarchal kind of system.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like an Amazon tribe?
Sure.
Okay.
No, Red.
Yeah.
This isn't really relevant to this. How badly do you think these prisoners need their legs?
Unless you want to drag all of them, I think they need their legs.
That's true.
That's true.
It's,
Okay.
it's hard enough dragging one dead body. What if they bleed to death?
Well, we can back for Gudrun. He won't mind.
So you just leave your baby elves or your young elves out in the woods by themselves for 100 years or so, 100 and change, and then you come attack them one day just to see what they've learned on their own. Don't you think that they would learn a little better if they were with their tribe?
She's angry.
Right? The thunder.
The thunder's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, there's no answers. Like, you just have these. Do you think it develops character to leave these elves by themselves? And how are they supposed to learn these skills that you're going to come test them with?
We would come earlier. Well, your parents would.
But
They went to the fog, chasing after these monsters.
went into the fog. Is that a metaphor for died?
No.
Or just disappeared?
This fog... popcorn. A fog occasionally appears, and from this fog, monsters come from it. And they've been attacking our tribe. Your parents went in after them. But once the fog dissipates, they were gone. We could not find them.
So the fog monsters. Fog monster. Are you raising your hand, Shannon?
Yeah, I was gonna be like, can I roll a history check to see if I've read about fog?
Sure.
10.
It's very mysterious.
It's,
That's your crap wiggle.
Unfortunately, just think about the precipitation factors of fog and like what causes that. Humidity in the air, the coldness of the
Spooky
ground.
fog. Have I read about the spooky
Yes.
fog?
Spooky fog.
Well, you know what? That's a good idea. I wonder if is there like a
Is there a weather?
No, I was gonna say if there's like a
Weather's-
there's no local anymore. So I was wondering what there would be for like. Is there like a local tale of a spooky fog?
You could do a history check.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Might I as well?
No. She drank those memories away.
I never had those memories.
Brar doesn't even know what fog is.
Unless it's a rock fog. In that case, we might be in business.
Oh.
If it's stonework, but no.
Okay.
Okay, so my parents walked into this fog chasing these monsters and never came out of the fog.
Assholes knows what.
The monsters that come out of the
Knows
fog,
what?
you don't see what they are. Or people go into the fog after the monsters and disappear.
We can't even get them to tell us what they were doing in the castle.
The monsters came from the fog and would attack us.
Do you
During an attack, your parents went in.
Right, but can you see what these monsters are?
People who've seen them aren't alive. We were on trial too, like you, but we were gone for a long time. So we decided to try to find our family
Did you finish your trials?
in a way.
In a way. It's not a yes.
If you consider two sisters fighting, sure, we fight all the time.
Those are your trials, you fight each other.
We've tested our willpower by finding our dead parents
So sad having
Finding your dead parents.
and the rest of the tribe.
What's that like?
So we set out, try to find other members, try to rebuild, and hopefully take this fight into the fog and attack it from the source.
Why don't you wait for the things to come out of the fog?
They'll keep coming.
They'll
You
keep-
kill one, 3 more show up.
Well, what more do you need from me tonight then?
We need to test your willpower.
Okay.
Hold your hand over the fire.
It's like I've got vodka and I've got tequila.
Hey,
Shots.
You have to choose one.
Can we make sure there's not supposed to be a tornado tonight?
Pretty
No
sure.
sirens.
There's no
Oh, yeah,
sirens.
Burr's gonna
Yeah.
walk over to Glass Staff and be like, "Hey,"
Heat
poke
fire relating
with
to
the hilt of the. Hey, Ass Staff. You ever hear about some crazy like body snatching fog thing?
Last
That
staff.
also spews monsters.
Also, yeah, all this stuff.
Mm.
Oh, that's right. We gagged him. It's
Oh.
alright. Okay.
Oh wait! You try and cast a spell, I'll beat you
Again.
again. Okay, now go.
Alright. Uh-huh. We ungag him.
Magical fog.
You want me to cast that?
No, I will beat you. I done told you once.
Do not make him see it again. He already has your name on his kill list. You do. I have written it down.
Apparently, it's on my list.
I apologize. I know nothing.
Alright, let's just gag him again. Yeah, that's perfect. That's just how I like them.
But what? I pulled.
Can I have some water?
No.
They did not give Gondrun that courtesy. He was half alive on his floor before they murdered
Wait,
him.
whatever. Have some water.
Oh, Bro must be tired.
And then I slap him as I put the gun.
Love it.
He wasn't the one that stole Gundren. That non-drow bitch doesn't get any
Yeah, maybe
How?
my elf
You're not-
friends can help us with that. Or can you help us with something?
So the moon elves?
Yeah.
Help with what?
This thing over here appears to be a drow.
But it's
It's
not.
not.
It's not a drow.
It is not
He
that.
fell to his sleep spell.
Because she cast sleep on it and then it fell asleep. And as far as I know it, or is that's just what she says,
It should
that
not
doesn't
work.
usually happen.
Alright, so the tall one was gonna flip through the book. Yeah, so we've encountered some things like this. Is it a shapeshifter? A doppelganger?
How,
We do not know.
how do you
She
test
doesn't
that?
know.
Yeah, are there like ways you can tell?
Can you
If it's
step-
one of those and you cut off a limb, does it turn into like a normal version of that limb, or does it stay like the fake version of that limb? Just curious, and I give the drow person a nice hard glare.
DMJ says, I have no idea. Let's keep things going.
Only one way to find out.
Take a peek. Take a
It's alright, I can
Um,
authorize it. I have practiced on Stumpy.
Oh.
I know when you kill it, it goes back to its normal form. So I assume if you chop off a piece of it, it'll
mean, we
lose
don't
the magical
wanna-
properties no longer connected to
We
it.
don't want to do anything based on assumptions at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just the scientific method. Mourning Thunder is you have a hypothesis.
It's a
I
very big
understand
word
the
for
scientific
Brar.
method.
I wrote it down.
So, okay, so let's say it's a shapeshifter. What do you know in your ledger about a
Hippopotamus.
shapeshifter? What would you do to prove it's a
First you
shapeshifter?
capture yourself a hippopotamus. And then you take it to an observatory. I read it in a book.
No more shots before.
No more cinnamon toast crunch shots.
Yeah.
Ever.
Shanna, do you know anything about shapeshifters?
I'm gonna roll for that.
Yeah.
Shapeshifter or what else did you say?
Doppelganger.
Doppelgangers?
You guys are horrible rolling tonight?
Yeah.
Oh,
this is
I'm just going to throw something at you right now and kill you all.
7.
Just-
7.
We're just
It's
getting
a
that out.
yeah, we're just getting our bad rules out. When it does not matter.
Yes, it's like this.
Okay, look, I'm okay just taking a finger.
I've heard the word before. It's a
But-
word. I know that much.
But my question is like, what if the finger isn't very indicative, right? Hey, not elf. What's your favorite limb?
Hold up, let us get her.
Hold on. I'm gonna ask the Wind Strider sisters
Did you steal that
if,
brandy?
No.
if they've ever encountered anything.
It's Wind
Okay,
Chasers. Wind
whatever.
Chaser.
The Winchesters. If they've
That's Winchester.
You can't
Wind-
say
Wind
it.
Chaser.
Copyright. Wow.
The Windchasers, have you all ever encountered something that can use a more powerful form of glamour to change someone's appearance?
Well, there's a bunch of spells out there.
Like something more powerful than a glamour, something where someone might not know that they're not what they've been changed into? Or they think that they are what they appear to be, but they actually aren't?
There are spells which you can control a person's mind or persuade them into thinking certain things, yes. In combination with a glamour spell, sure.
How can we dispel a glamour spell? Do you know that?
Dispel magic.
That's a higher level.
Or you wait long enough.
I mean, we can see what happens in the morning, I guess.
Is this true? We have not given her too much time.
Yeah,
Perhaps
guys,
she will change her form.
Yeah, and she, from the conversation we had with her at the castle, something's not like, something's
Well,
not right.
everything that comes out of her mouth is lies. So
But maybe
I
she
know, but
actually
it-
believes what she's saying.
Yeah, it's like something's
You know?
amiss with her. It's not simply that she's being deceptive. It's something's amiss.
Like, she genuinely thinks these things.
She genuinely thinks both sides, 100%.
oh, she's crazy.
Maybe.
She's insane. It could be magically induced.
It could just be a
I have seen that happen
multiple personalities.
by accident.
By accident.
But we can wait and see what happens, and if she is still in her same form in the morning, perhaps that there's something more powerful that we can understand her work.
Okay.
Okay. We're waiting on it.
I don't think we should cut off any limbs.
I don't think so. I don't think that'll help our case if she does change and
Yeah.
is compliant.
Yeah, because if she
I
winds
mean,
up
willing to
missing a
talk.
couple fingers or a hand, she might be a little bit less willing.
No, I'm willing to give you this. It's really easy to take a limb. It's hard to give one back. So
Yeah.
we always have the option.
The
True.
threat
Just-
is there.
It's on the table
She knows that you're
because
very,
that's where it's
you're
easiest to
very
cleave it off.
eager
off.
to do this,
Yeah.
so I think
Yeah.
she will take that seriously. At least,
Yeah, the foot is on the table.
foot is on the table.
Ooh.
Look
Okay.
at my collection.
Just like open
I
a little
didn't
briefcase
think
full
about
of feet.
think about Red.
So,
Of course, Red would have the
Thanks
preference of the
for
foot.
what bits of information you possibly provided there.
This little piggy went. It's
There's
going
This
nowhere
little piggy
now.
went to the butcher shop.
Yeah.
no use for them. The feet. Well, not
Maybe once we get her into wherever we're taking her. I don't know.
Yeah, I think under the
The bounty
blushing
house.
blossom, there's like a cellar full of like feet
Fetishes.
and formaldehyde, just like lining the walls.
You know what it's like? It's like the governor in Walking Dead, where he has like fish tanks of heads of people you killed. This one
Spoilers.
for her is just feet.
Spoilers.
You haven't gone that
Oh
far
come
yet.
on!
No,
We're
okay.
so
Well, I completely realize that we are far enough behind that at this point it's only our fault
true.
if there's spoilers.
Okay.
So,
Is
heads and
it
fish
just true
tanks.
that underneath Blush and Blossom there's another bar called Footloose?
They walk in, but they don't walk out.
Jenny, tell us why you really
Best joke
Oh,
out of all the
yes.
sessions I've ever been
Sorry.
here for. That's the best thing I've said.
That was that was well done on both
Teamwork.
Parts.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. I will not cry forever. You guys need
Work
weird
your
fetishes
own-
now too.
What's your own?
Did you ever find out what Mofos was?
I didn't. I like wholly intentionally intended to watch the previous session on YouTube to find out what it was.
I can't remember.
I'll scroll through.
If you guys
the
would like to find out what a fetish was, go to YouTube/Echo. No, actually, I don't think we have an official
What's
backslash yet.
myfetish.com?
Go to echo5studios.com and follow our links to the YouTube videos.
Actually, it's
We can
Uh,
find
from
out
there,
what Mofos.
you can-
Mofos.
Check out previous episodes. We have
Just-
2 previous sessions up there.
Mm-hmm. It would be the first one that's posted, I think.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not an actual website. That was a dangerous thing to type.
What?
What's myfetish.com?
Oh my god.
Well, I just wasn't sure.
It's actually called fetlife.com.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, maybe we should bleep that part out because I don't want to send any traffic that way.
I'm not even a member. I'm the president.
Oh.
Anyway.
We have no affiliation with any of these .coms besides for echo5studios.com.
Definitely digressing this again.
Yeah, this is just for
You
content.
can blame it on me.
Bringing it back.
Fireball
You
shots.
guys, I've now set up a camp, a small cooking fire. Or how big of a fire would you like
Cooking.
to?
I have some.
It's a
some
small cooking fire.
Small cooking fire.
Yeah.
Kind of everybody set up in a circular kind of fashion around it.
We put our prisoners towards the middle so they
Yeah.
can feel the real heat.
I want to make sure
Of
they're real
justice.
well tied, and also
They're in the fire.
in the fire.
I don't know. I want to tie like little bells to them in case they try to run away. But
I have some bell collars that I could
I'd say
run
make an
next.
intelligence check. To see.
Yeah, that's way too smart.
But you've got colors.
Yeah, I said I have 2 bell collars that I can throw in the
Sorry.
nets.
There we go.
I'm just
Let's do that.
So I am going to like
I
knock it back a peg. So I'm
Yep,
going to take
looks
out
good to
2
me.
bell collars and I'm going to tie it around their necks. I'm also going to recheck their
Okay.
what is the word?
They're binding.
Their binding. Thank you. I was
Yeah.
going to be like binds, binders, binding. Oh my god.
Was it 10, by the way?
Wow, it's impressive.
Yeah, right?
Terrible.
It's our fire days.
All right, so I'm rechecking their binding just to make sure it is secure.
Just burn my dice.
Put on the bell collars,
Shame.
and I'll just kind of like pat them on the head and be like, "We're gonna be good."
Okay.
Could be good.
Okay, so the moon elves described to you what's going to happen.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? I would like to know.
Yeah, I gotta kind of be.
It's knowledge is power.
So the
I don't
shorter
wanna
one
leave them empty
says,
on the backside. No,
I'll
this
stay
is me.
here.
This is me. Okay, that's
I'll stay awake with everybody else here.
that's them.
You'll need to go into a meditation state with my sister.
Ooh, fun.
Wait, is that the tall one or the short one?
So the
Short
short
one's
one's gonna
staying
stay
awake.
and hang out with you guys and help you guys if you need it. I assume. I'm just kind of volunteering here. And we're gonna go meditate together.
In case anything happens,
Yay.
you guys will be in a deep trance. So I'll stay awake and protect my sister. And protect you. And help everybody else.
Yep.
Okay.
She kind of like wanders over to you.
Yeah.
You have a drink.
No. As a matter of fact, yeah.
Did you pull out the brandy cask?
Only have one.
Do I have the brandy cask?
We do have the brandy cask?
We do.
I also
it was
have, I
on
also
my-
have the cask of ale that I'm actually just carrying with me.
So
Yeah,
don't,
that's the brandy
we
cask.
don't forget the
But
cask
the
is
brandy
highlighted.
is questionable.
Well,
You don't drink more than one, Okay.
Are you looking for a drink or a couple drinks?
It is a slow
A couple
drink.
drinks.
Okay, we'll get. I got the ale. I got
Okay.
the ale. We got the brandy. I got the ale. No problem. So Sandy, tell me.
So this is Dream.
This
talking to you.
dream.
Oh shit, sorry. Elves, right?
Yeah.
Dream.
I can't tell you guys apart.
So we can't have this.
Dream. You elves, you don't sleep much, right?
No.
Perfect. Here, have a couple drinks. Michael, let's go to sleep.
So sitting there, I'm double fisting, basically.
No. I'll have a few drinks.
Okay, perfect. So you stay up with her.
You
Make-
cannot pour your own drinks.
Do you stay up too?
Well, just to pour their drinks.
Okay.
That's what she does.
So we're going to meditate.
Yes.
Okay.
Would anybody else? Would you guys like to do some sort of like sleep schedule? Are you gonna sleep? You gonna stay up too?
We can
or-
set up a watch rotation too.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you want to sleep
I'm not
first?
going to suggest it.
I
But
would love to.
Just
Because
go drink it and pass out. if you
I'm
want
still
to.
pretty like.
Alright, I'll go second. You
Okay.
want to go third?
Yeah, whatever.
Alright.
And then Dream is going to be.
You trust that? I think we should just do 3.
We'll have to take a double watch.
That's the problem.
Well, if we. Who's taking first watch?
That was when you get.
That was you.
No, I was sleeping first.
Oh, you're sleeping first. Sleeping first. Okay,
Yeah.
so then Brar technically is taking first.
Oh, I'll take first watch.
I'll take second watch.
I guess just wake me up for the fourth watch.
This is very generous of you.
Okay. Just go ahead and
Just want to stick it up.
roll your
Okay.
perception
Perception checks.
check. So Brar's first,
Boy.
followed by Shanna, right?
Yep.
And then last shift be right, Jenny.
No, red. It's
Red
red,
first.
then me, then Brock.
Then Bra again. So Bra's doing double shifts.
Okay.
Blue is my first shift.
Okay.
What'd you do to my dice?
That's why I didn't let her use them.
Okay.
8.
8.
Oh, red.
It's
You
tough
gotta
to go to
stop
sleep for a
drinking.
couple hours and wake back up.
You gotta.
That's
stop.
what
16, then
happens.
12.
She's like pouring their drinks, and then she's like, a hike and love for me. And then she's like, oh, it's my watch again.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit here next to this
I
really
did sleep
cozy
my last
fire.
one too.
And the only reason it was that good is because I make Minkle talk to me during my shifts.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Stays up too with you?
yeah. And he goes to sleep, I like kiss him.
Wake up, Mangle.
I love how the two of you become like this
Best friends.
Duo here.
friendship.
I know, it's
Sorry.
No, it's great. Like it's. I love it. I don't want it to be broken.
you could probably not put a collar on Minkle.
He doesn't have a bone.
No, he doesn't.
It
But
makes
he has
him
his
feel like
funny
a real
clothes,
person.
right?
Because I got him brand new clothes and he was really cute and then he tore the sleeves off of it.
He's still got
Dirty.
the tap dance shoes. He doesn't wear them.
He hears you talk about that and make like flexes. His little, once his little noodle arms come out, he's just like, yeah. This doesn't have much muscular tone to it at all. It's just, it's almost like
It's
a,
dowdy.
like a teenage boy, you know, like he's flexing, like nothing's actually like flexing.
It's like a green teenage boy.
I think it's Sasha Minkle. You're wiry. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Aw, I love how he's like a
Thanks,
big
Brar.
fun part of us.
Yeah. Oh. Neat.
Like, what's wiry?
You basically you're a skinny little bastard.
All right.
Okay.
To the meditating.
So you can stand, sit cross-leg next to each other, like facing each other, and begin to meditate and focus. So throughout the night, Dream and Bro over here are having some drinks. Red Jenny stays up for a little bit, helps him out. Eventually passes out for a bit.
Halfway through watch.
I don't know why you guys keep giving me watches, honestly. Because you're gonna wake up for your watch, and like, it's gonna be one of those where you wake up on your own,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody like you see Jenny's just passed out. Fucking every time.
So through Bro's watch, even though he's drinking, having fun, he's still very aware of everything going on around him in the woods and anything like that. He doesn't hear anything abnormal. You guys make little bed rolls next to, falling down trees. Red Jenny,
Mm-hmm.
a little tired. woken up from a good dream about some feet or something like that. A little upset over that. So not really paying too much attention. And in the far distance, you hear a howl. But you don't pay too much mind to it. It's too far away.
Yeah, it's this most of how people.
We're in the
is
wild.
Dream still awake when Jenny's on watch or no?
Dream is still awake. So she's still kind of hanging out, having a couple sips of alcohol. And then Shannon takes over. And she's just watching around. Very, very bright-eyed, wide-eyed, just paying attention to everything. Almost shoots a squirrel because of rush, runs to the bushes. Came close to it, but didn't. And she too. She too. Notices something, but doesn't say anything.
I rolled a 19.
No, it's okay. No. You see it, but it's nothing to worry about. As you kind of tuck in Red Jenny. So have a good night. But you too hear a howl. But she didn't relay any information to you because she didn't think it was important.
I'm gonna put more wood on the fire because I'm gonna just assume it's a pack of wolves or coyotes or something.
Scare them away.
Just like some animals, not creatures. We're in the woods.
Okay. But nothing beyond that happens. So you two now switch, and you're still in meditation state. So Brar switches, now waking up again.
Grumbling about
a little grumbly, not quite as alert as before.
Jenny's dreaming about feet.
Jenny's deep asleep, dreaming of feet.
It's like little toads.
Right. But finally, after seeing this deep meditation with each other, you start to see something. You see yourself shorter than usual. You look at your hands; they're smaller. You look at yourself; you're tinier. But you're not alone. You're in the woods, but you're not alone. You look around, and peeking out between different trees are your parents. Where would you like to go?
Oh, 'cause it's like a lucid state.
Lucid state, yep.
I'm gonna run after my mom.
Okay. So you take off running towards your mom. Reaching out towards her, and she ducks behind the tree. And as you come around the corner of the tree, she's gone. And then down the ways, behind the trees again, your parents jump out. Peekaboo!
Okay.
And what do you do this time?
I play peekaboo.
Okay, so you go chasing after him again. You chase after him. Come around the tree again. Who do you choose? You chose to go with your mom again? Go around the corner again, the tree, and she's gone.
I'm just gonna sit down and cry.
Okay, so you sit down and cry. As you're weeping into your hands. Your hands are covering your eyes. Everything's going black. And you hear your mom's voice in the back of your head. Open your eyes, honey. Everything's going to be okay.
So I open my eyes and I look up.
You open your eyes, and it's almost like a bright light. And out in the distance are two figures. But it's too far away to see. Everything else is white around them, besides those little tiny two black specks from where you are.
But I want to go towards them.
Okay.
Probably that's what you want me to do. But
At this time, Brar, you hear a howl. And it seems close.
Minkle, you hear that? Minkle, wake the fuck up.
Yeah. Ringo wakes up.
You hear that, Minkle?
Did you fart again, Brar?
No, it sounded like some kind of dog.
No.
I have a dog.
It's nothing.
Okay.
It's delusion.
He thinks it's nothing. He kind of rolls back
I
over.
kind of think it's
Such
Okay.
spook. Wow.
So you start walking, but it's almost like you're slow motion, kind of like walking towards it.
Towards these two figures.
Towards two figures. As you get closer, you can see now that they're sitting down and one's kind of cradling the other. And Brar, you hear another howl, but this time it's even closer.
Hey, Dream. Is Dream awake? What's Dream doing?
Dream has retired for the night, and in her meditation stay as an elf. But she can be woken up.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake Dream though.
Okay.
Dream.
What?
There's some wolf howling.
There's some great Dream. A lot of good-looking guys there.
Well, I don't know. I just thought you were all like talking about werewolves. I don't like werewolves. There's some wolves.
Wait, where?
I don't know. Out there and getting closer.
How close?
Oh! Michael, was that right? Is that about right?
She rolls back over.
I think it was about that close. I don't know. I heard a wolf howl. Is there like some sort of chart?
So while they're talking about this, what would you like to do?
Yeah, no kidding. So I still can't make out who these figures are.
Right.
I'm still gonna keep going toward them. I want to see who these figures are.
Okay.
And I shout hello.
Okay. So you keep approaching. As you approach, you'll see from the back, it looks like a male holding a female.
Does she look like she's hurt or sick?
The male appears to be kind of like rocking back and forth a little bit. Back now with you guys in camp, a slow trickle of fog has begun to set into the campsite. You are not aware of this, though.
Before we get too much farther, did I regain any HP?
Yes, we'll say, for the sake, you guys have performed
We have hit our long rest.
a long rest, yeah.
Okay.
I don't even
In
know
between
what
talking
Okay.
and then everything else,
Where does
yeah.
that put me?
Watching the fight was
Max
not...
hit points, you regain half of your hit dice.
What if I already have half my hit dice?
Did
So-
you
so you-
guys? Well, how long has it been? Yeah, you guys can have it. That's fine.
Wait, I don't even know what my max hit points are.
Well, there's no helping
Dead.
you.
Up here. Oh, up there in the corner.
The one next to Max
What was it?
fired.
You have to sleep here. I don't know if you sleep.
Well, probably not tonight. I mean,
Yeah. We've got a guest room if you need it.
How's the couch feeling these days?
It's a good
Horrible
couch.
amount
to
of
be
time.
fair.
Actually, really
Yeah.
comfortable.
yeah.
It wouldn't be a
Actually,
punishment if I keep drinking. Can I just sit?
Yeah. Yeah, we have actually futon too and a blow up mattress, so.
No, Dream, that doesn't look so good.
Okay, so.
Dream now, it has almost like this face of like, not panic, but fear. Like, shit, this is not good. So now back to you. Inside here, you see this male figure rocking this female figure. Would you like to keep approaching it?
No, I'm gonna shout. Are you okay?
It doesn't answer. It's just murmuring something. You can't make it out from how far away you are, what it's saying.
I want to get within earshot.
Of it? That's just me very close. Maybe about 15 feet away.
But I don't know any of this is happening.
You don't know anything outside of it, so...
I want to hear what he's saying.
Okay. So you approach it again. Once again, almost dream state, slow motion, kind of walking towards it. So the rocking figure, now you can hear, just keeps murmuring, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry."
So, can they hear me?
You want to say something again?
Yeah, I asked what happened.
No response.
Is there anything on the ground?
It's just like white. Imagine like a white field. Everything's white besides these two figures. You're too far away to make out who they are. You'd have to be right close to them too.
Do you have any weapons?
You're just a child.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm just a kid.
You're saying kids can't defend themselves in times of need?
Sorry,
They might be
I
able
was
to.
not thinking like a child.
Well, you might.
like
It's
a
you.
big bear?
It's just your body looks like a child.
Do they look? Am I close enough that I can tell if they look like my parents?
It appears that the male figure, you can't see the female figure just from the angle, though. The male figure's body, back is kind of covering the female figure for the most part. But it appears to be your father. But you can't tell who the female figure is.
I'm gonna slowly. Am I walking
Shots
or
before
crawling?
You're walking.
I'm walking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly walk.
Okay. At this time, Brar, it howls again, and it's even closer.
Brar's up, stone chairs out, and I'm kicking Red awake.
Okay.
No pressure.
Gently kicking Red, kicking Shauna.
So Dream just
Shaman.
runs over to her sister, Sand, and starts like trying to shake her awake, but the trance is so deep that they can't even move them. There's no response from Sand. So Red Jenny now waking up. Anybody? You want to wake up anybody else?
No, I'm kicking Shannon
Okay,
too. So
Shannon's waking up.
I did say that. Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on? What do you want?
Now remember, like when you guys like rest, you guys are unarmored, so.
That's not a problem for a sorcerer.
There is the fog thing and then the wolf thing, and this Dream character, she seems mighty disturbed by it all.
Okay. Wait, this fog thing?
Remember like the evil
Yeah.
fog she was talking about?
Okay.
Why is it here?
She turns.
What the fuck should I know?
We gotta move.
What-
now.
I'm gonna start.
What about
getting
your
all my
sister?
stuff
What about our
together.
friend?
Yeah, Motto.
They gotta wake up.
How do we wake them up?
It's by their choice. Prepare yourselves.
I'm gonna start getting dressed.
Okay. Going back now to
I hope you
you.
put on your armor.
Yeah.
As you still gotta put your robes on, get your staff out, get your pack ready to go and everything.
Hood up
Um,
and just, like,
Those things.
It's going back to you now as you approach.
pull out my
You
hood.
see, almost like looking over the shoulder because from your height as being a child, it's barely looking over the shoulder. It's your mother laid across, and there's a horrible gash across her body. Her throat's been ripped out, and your father's just
I
weeping.
immediately regret my decision.
Your father's just weeping. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
He did
I
it?
didn't mean to. And then he turns and looks at you, but it's not his face anymore. It's deformed. It's got a wolf muzzle, and it's got these evil eyes, and it looks right at you. I'm so sorry.
Spoopy.
And I just like
Dun, dun,
scream this blood curdling scream and like just want to not be here anymore.
And then it howls, and everything goes black. Back to you guys, gathering up camp.
Did a good job. with
Dreams packing up, getting everything ready, suing up.
I just, for what it's worth, I just did one spiked boot, one spiked glove, and one helmet. Yeah.
The other stuff is
The rest of it's just strapped to the bag. I'm not even worried about it.
Now, the howl is imminent. It's nearby. It's in the woods somewhere. You hear thrashing kind of moving around you. You can't quite pick it up. But as soon as you see your father's face scream, you snap out of it, and in real time, real life, around everybody else, you let out this howling scream. And everybody stops and stares at you.
Sorry guys, no.
Back
I'm
down
pretty
here.
shaken up right now, okay?
Right?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you alright?
I'm okay.
Get your
I think-
gear, we gotta move.
Okay.
That wasn't Briar.
Am I not geared up?
Brar was checking.
Am I like stripped down too? I don't have armor.
No, yeah, Drew's doing no we're armor.
Are my weapons near me?
Weapons are still near you.
Do I hear the wolves?
There only seems to be one right now. But Dream's, shaking sand as she comes to consciousness as well. That you're about the same time you do. Basically describing to her what's going on, and you see her description of her face change as well to fear, and she starts grabbing things, and they are ready to go.
Are we ready to go? Do we want to go?
We kick our prisoners awake, and if they're still here.
There's
God.
they're still there.
Okay.
Then we kick them awake and get them moving.
Are we moving? Is that what we're doing?
Are they shackled around the legs still?
We didn't.
Well, they're
They're not gonna
walking
move quickly. They're
Yeah.
gonna, shamble.
Shuffling, so they can't stride and run.
I
Right?
mean, if we think we need to move fast, move, Dream.
You hear, now that everybody's awake, getting ready to go, you hear another howl. And it's close.
How fast is the fog moving?
The fog right now has encompassed about up to your kneecaps.
Jeez.
Perhaps we should let them run with us.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to experience whatever is on the other side of that fog either.
You see, as soon as the howl comes, you see Glassafter's face goes pale white.
I'm
And
gonna.
just utter fear. Oh, it's
You,
just,
you try anything, you're a dead man. I want to intimidate them, and then I'm gonna chop their leg bindings.
okay. Intimidation check.
13.
Okay. With advantage. Because there's.
It's scary.
We're already
scared.
terrified.
I rolled a 1 on the second die. So.
Okay, 13 it is. He's.
Yep.
The draw is just like.
They're still bound in other ways, so I'm not too worried about it. But
Their hands are still either behind their backs and in front.
behind their backs, and in my mind they're rubbed together, but I don't know if that's actually canon. So
Okay.
I think they are, yeah. For ease of us keeping track of them.
So they're tied together. Okay. You guys are all packed up, ready to go?
Yeah. That was fast.
I'm like ready to go. I've got.
I hope they put her armor
Where are
on.
we
Bring
going
her
to?
back.
We don't want to bring this fog to Phandelver.
We don't know that it'll follow us.
Roll a perception check, everyone.
It's just me today.
15.
It's not
8.
just you.
It's just me.
20.
Not anything.
15, 8,
8.
20? 8. Okay.
Neon dice.
It howls again,
have you given up on the radioactive ones?
and it is about 20 feet away.
It's very close.
Get your collars
What
out.
is howl?
That's just my terrified noise.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, where is it?
Is there a wolf outside?
Puppy!
And you guys can hear it now, just brush being torn as it
Oh my gosh.
gets towards you.
Does it sound like it's on 2 feet or 4?
I don't think you can tell from here. All right.
Let's run.
We move.
We run.
All right.
We move.
If
Let's
it gets close,
roll a dexterity check.
Come on, dexterity, don't let me down.
Dex.
15.
22.
21.
Nice. We all rolled pretty
19.
high. Yeah, we did pretty
We're
well.
like ninjas.
All right, go
I
ahead.
think at the highest
Your
dexterity, and I
15.
was like,
Your 15 was good.
Who wants to roll for Mankel?
I think either Brar or Shanna should.
"Roar."
Okay, and who wants to roll for the 2 prisoners since they're tied together? I can if you want me to, otherwise it'll be...
Oh.
Oh no, Michael.
Make a cost 7 plus whatever his dexterity modifier
We'll
is.
roll for the prisoners.
He's small. It shouldn't be too
Got a
bad.
3 and a 6. It's a bad decision, you guys.
Mankel's dexterity is +2.
So he's got a 9 total.
9 total, and the prisoners,
3 and a 6.
since they're tied together, will be the lowest one. So they're struggling. Their binds are very tough. As you guys leave the camp,
Do we have the body?
no. Are you leaving the body?
Well,
You gotta leave the body.
I mean, I in my mind actually I had the body, but I'm not gonna.
I will say,
Everything else is.
does anyone want to do a check to see if they remember the body?
I'll do it because Gundren was important. Wisdom check.
Yeah.
19.
I had an 11.
Okay, between the two of you, someone said
The body?
the
Don't
body.
forget Gundren.
And
He's
Shanna's
a-
just gonna roll her eyes.
And you're strong enough to not bring you above your carrying capacity. So if you want,
Yeah,
to,
I figure like I've got like one end of the stretcher that we made for him.
who
and
at
I-
the other end?
I
I'm just dragging
Just
it.
dragging. Okay.
I can actually take the other end.
If you want, but I mean, I figure I could just drag it.
Yeah, but it might make moving the underbreak. Well, I'll take the other
Yeah.
What
end.
about our prisoners? So who's holding the prisoners?
I think right now they're just running.
They're just running.
Are
Shanna's
they,
holding.
or are we? Are they?
Are they
They've got a leash, so I figured someone.
They have a leash, but they are tied together. So basically, like, their fates are tied together.
I've got the leash.
Okay.
For lack
They
of
take
better
off running, but they're stumbling. You know, there's the binds. They can't get the arm swing that you guys can. Arms tied behind their back. One person's running too fast, another's running too slow, so they're pulling each other. It's like a yo-yo effect. And behind you guys, you just hear it crushing into the clearing. This giant beast. But does anyone look back?
Kind of want to.
I definitely want to.
I mean,
Does it roll
I,
Take a
anything?
quick look back.
I kind of
Oh,
want to
look
only
back.
because I want to cast hold person on whatever's there to try and buy some time.
I'm definitely not actively not looking back.
I'm gonna take a quick peek back.
What is it?
Well, it means that if there's loud noises, I'm not like avert my gaze.
Okay.
I'm gonna look and see.
Okay, so everybody looks back then, basically?
Pretty much. You want to see what the
Everybody
fuck's
but
chasing
him.
us?
Okay.
What is chasing us?
So.
It's like a little tiny chihuahua.
It's not a horror movie if we don't look.
So you guys had this fire going and the smoke's up. It wasn't that large, but behind the fire you see almost humanoid, but a little bit larger as it lands on all fours behind the fire, and it kind of reaches up with all fours still pressing up, howls, and you can see now this man-wolf hybrid howling into the night with a giant maul, and it looks towards you guys and then takes off again. So it's on
Like
all
toward us still?
fours. It's not a wolf, it's not a man.
But it's
on
running
4
towards
feet.
us.
Right.
I have had my glance and I need not look back again.
So you barely see it because you don't have night vision or dark vision. So you just see it because the fire is there. So you just see kind of this outline frontal, figure of it.
Creepy thing.
However, the prisoners now falling behind, if this would be a race, are.
Alright. Got a plan.
It was originally 20 feet behind you guys. The prisoners are probably a 5 feet gap behind you guys, and it's now probably about 10 feet behind the prisoners.
How far back is Minkle?
Minkle would be. So you guys would be up in the front, right?
Mm-hmm.
Minkle would be 5 feet behind you. Prisoners would be 10 feet behind you guys, so 5 feet behind him.
Okay.
And then the werewolf itself would be about,
What about
let's say, 15
the
feet.
Windchaser sisters?
Windchaser sisters are up there with you guys.
I feel like we don't have something suitably spoopy for.
A werewolf?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Unfortunately, I do. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
For maximum spoopy effect. And then I'm gonna get another drink. Do you want anything? You want IPA?
I'm all set. Let me switch to this.
I'm gonna go.
Does Shannon need a drink? I've got a raspberry cider.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, I
It's
guess.
delicious.
I would love to bum some alcohol off of you. That would be delightful.
We have grapefruit shandy too.
I loathe grapefruit and I feel so bad about it.
Well, I
don't like it
real
either.
grapefruit, but I like grapefruit in beer for some reason. Just in case you're wondering.
I mean, if you
You're
have
still
one, I'll
alive.
give it a little sip, but I don't want to open one and not like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog must be sitting. On the dog. You gotta tip it.
Oh no, I forgot. That one got a little bit shaken up too.
I feel bad because you guys leave covered in fur.
We come covered in fur. We have 4 animals in our house and they all shed. So.
They like these chairs.
Yeah. To be fair, at least you got good chairs that it blends in. So.
Yeah, I know.
That's not a luxury that we have.
Shannon's using the tinkler.
Alright. It's kind of cheesy looking though.
Who is it from? What's it from?
Werewolf.
So is it that
That's
big or is
right
it bigger?
It's from what?
Do we need the big bear thing?
I have another.
He's kind of cheesy,
He is pretty
but
cute.
he's cute.
He's so adorable.
He looks like
Come
a
here,
little
puppy.
girl. Look at
Come on. Oh, God, no.
Shannon, chase him with a collar.
He's not a werewolf, he's a werewolf.
Where's
Werewolf.
Chihuahua?
Werewolf.
Oh, werewolf.
Imagine like a Trevor werewolf.
He wouldn't be
Oh,
chasing
yeah.
after people, he'd just be like, lots of barking.
I'm gonna insta this.
I got our dog a new toy.
Yeah.
It's a little hedgehog.
It makes little grunts.
It's got like a squeaker in it, but instead of making normal squeaker sounds, it goes. It makes this ridiculous little squeaker sound.
Alright, a mole. But
It's
that's technically a
a little
werewolf.
bit big, but it's a pretty impressive head.
You're.
Actually, that guy
Impressive
was badass.
He's got
You
weapons.
take your empty one.
Thank you.
Yeah, he doesn't not supposed to have a weapon.
No, but we'll use that guy, it's fine. Give him chase. He's about humanoid side, so. And what I say is about 15, 20 feet behind the prisoners. About 15
I think
feet
you
now.
said so. I think you said it was. I mean, I'm gonna do each other row as 5 feet just for clarity. So I think you said it was 5 back to Mankle, 5 back to prisoners, and then 10 back.
Yeah, that's fine.
To
Alright, yeah.
Ooh, cute. Yeah, but look at that guy. He's so badass, but he's got a weapon. He's not supposed to.
Here, let me do one.
So that's actually a null. I don't know if we actually. We'll count to
Null.
one in the future,
null
but.
pointer. No, it's not even.
She's a coyote.
County.
Is that a name
Coyote.
on the full bottle?
That's my tart face.
Oh, that's her.
names.
That's her thing.
I
No.
love tart.
Like I don't know, it just
No.
It's not tart face.
feel
It's
it
right.
right here. I like it. It is very, very delicious.
Okay, so we're running. We're running. Our
Okay.
prisoners are going to die soon. Jenny, did you have a plan?
I have a plan. I don't know if it's a good one.
If Mankle's falling back, Bart's gonna fall back and try and help him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buddy.
Yep.
So you see Mankle stumble, not as much as the prisoners do, but he does. His little legs just can't keep up.
Does it feel
Yep.
like it's more?
Bart's gonna fall back and try and
Come on,
help
Michael.
him along.
Come on, buddy.
All right.
What about our prisoners? Jenny's got a plan. Hold
This
on.
one
Jenny's
is
got a
the
plan.
old-fashioned.
She's playing actual Jenny at the
Right.
Blushing Blossom
Sorry,
right now.
sorry. I'm trying to.
She's like,
I'm
oh, we're in the
playing-
middle of running. I'll be a bartender.
No problem. Okay. So now you see this beast
Gaming.
gain on you. You look behind. You see Mankle fall behind. You see your prisoners fall way behind. And you see his werewolf catching up while Brar chops a step basically to catch up with, or fall back to the Mankle. So now running through the bushes, running through the trees. Do a perception check.
All of us, or
Everybody, yeah.
okay. And also, do
And-
we? I mean, not to.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
do we want to point the thing at the thing
21.
so they can see the chase? I mean, they can hear it. It's fine.
The
Yeah,
thing
it's
at the thing at the thing. Yeah, let's do it. Can we hear now?
Yeah. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna actually switch to my battle chair. So usually I'll switch between being the normal DM over here, and when I'm using the map or doing battles, I'll switch to a chair over here next to Shanna, just so I can be close to the map, and we can use this camera over here to view the battle map. So for this instance, since we're doing a little chase scene, it might help to have the figurines there to give you guys a little better view. So we're going to turn the camera,
Yeah.
focus in on everything, and I'm going to
Sorry.
switch seats. So stand by again.
Sorry.
No, it's a good idea.
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 21.
I rolled a 3
Oh my god.
plus
guys.
0.
21.
Well, at least it's just perception. I'm focused on my man Mangle.
Oh yeah, Michael.
And also I'm chuckling at Red.
Why?
No reason, Red.
Hi. Actually, why?
No reason.
That is really
Because she's
tasty.
running?
Lovely.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
You're being dirty.
Okay.
Yeah, going to watch Red run.
No.
Oh, I think we found
He hates
Brar
to see her
fetish.
go, but loves to watch her leave.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So everyone roll perception.
21.
Yep, 21.
Less.
A natural 1.
Mine is
Okay.
better than that one though.
Okay.
Maybe before
Go
my
ahead
first.
and you're rolling for Minkle. Or we're rolling for
I'll-
prisoners.
I'll-
You're rolling for
I'll roll
Minkle.
for Minkle, yeah.
And you're
we
rolling for
need
the
someone-
prisoners,
yeah,
right?
we need someone
Okay.
good to roll for Miko.
What's his bonus?
For perception?
Yeah. I mean, he rolled a 19.
Oh, okay. He's fine then. He's fine.
Which one's which?
I'm not sure.
So they're tied together. So whichever the lowest one is.
Oh.
Okay. So
4.
just running through the woods. Just the branches are starting to kind of cut into the pathway you guys are going into.
Oh shit.
21, you guys are able to dodge out of the way, no problem.
We're very.
Unfortunately, Brar looking back at Minkle, making sure he's okay. You don't see a branch catch you in the face as it slips you down.
No.
Minkle though did okay.
Yeah, Minkle's okay.
Minkle dodged out of the way.
He's little. He didn't get hit by the
The
branches.
prisoners, unfortunately, one was able to dodge, but since there's no communication going on, the whole mouth gag, the other one did hit it, pulling them both back.
Oh my god.
Right. So they're closer now as the werewolf is gaining.
Can I use
What
or try to
about-
use
what
whole
about
person on
Shayna,
the
okay?
thing?
You okay?
I mean, I'm.
Oh.
That'll cause you to make a standstill action and basically stop your
It's fine.
chase.
I'm currently
Okay.
up ahead. I feel like I have plenty of bodies between me
Yep.
and the creature.
Especially with me rolling a natural 1.
The two
Pretty sure.
sisters actually fall back as well.
Oh, they do.
What happens to me?
I can actually use
if
my
I-
sorcerer points to cast
Oh,
whole person
natural.
quickly.
Are you saving that for for a minute?
This is which one? Yeah, this
I
is.
could,
Yeah,
like-
good call.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
actually catch it right in the
How
face,
far away do you have to be from?
60 feet. So he's within
Oh.
range.
and you
Okay,
actually
okay.
you're actually
Got
prone
it.
right now. So
I
Okay.
always forget that.
If she falls prone, then I will definitely swift cast hold person
okay.
on the creature, not any of our party members. Although it is tempting to cast it on the drow. The drow.
Go ahead.
It's like, have a stick. Ooh, that would be super
That'd
helpful
be
as
good,
well. If this doesn't take, I think you should try that as well.
Okay.
I really need to
Yeah,
get rid of
I
you
think
here.
that would be like, especially when we get these
He'd
guys.
just be
Put some
unconscious.
distance between them.
No, I want to give him
And then
that
drop
Do you want me just to do
scroll.
this?
Oh, yeah.
That might help too.
Okay.
honestly.
So you turn around. So now the next time, well, let's go ahead.
That's right, I gotta do this.
To see if
Because
it.
it's a little too.
What he has to do? What kind of check?
So it's going to be a wisdom saving throw
Okay.
of 14 is the saving throw. And here's my chaos roll.
Yep.
Not a 1.
Not a 1.
Who
Okay.
knows? I could drop more grease on everybody, and that'd be great.
Yeah.
It'd be so great.
As he lurches out and just about to latch on to Glassstaff over here, you see his body freeze.
Yeah, Jenny.
Oh, okay. Gotta keep running.
So that's for a minute.
How was the last? A minute?
Yeah, up to a minute. But it's a concentration, so every round he also gets to try and break free.
Well, no. So he gets to break free every round. Concentration means that you have
Yeah.
to maintain it, and
I can't cast any other
you
spells.
can't cast anything else. And if someone hits you,
Yep.
it can break.
Okay. So now basically you guys got free 6 seconds.
Six.
So you'll be able to stand up.
For 60 seconds.
6 seconds, because now he's every 6 seconds.
Every
he's
6
trying to
seconds he gets
break.
another chance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she stands up. What are you guys gonna do?
Should probably help
They're gonna
with
keep
this.
running up here, try to keep
Okay.
up with you guys.
We gotta go restrain him.
Do you want to drop Entangle behind us since we have a moment?
Yeah, I can do that.
I think we should do that.
actually.
You hear in the distance
Great. Distance.
about a few hundred feet away, another howl. And then another howl over in Hunter's away.
Is any of this in the direction that we're running, or is
No, it's all
us?
behind you guys, on the opposite sides of so west and east. You guys are
fire.
running south, so it's
So in the time that we've been running, apart from us being crappy and like falling down and running to branches, does it seem like he's moving a lot faster than us, or it's about kind of the same?
he's maintaining. He's not running faster. It's more of you guys tripping over yourselves.
Okay.
Kind of the stereotypical
Yeah.
horror movie. The girl runs through the woods, trips, falls, and the killer catches them.
Cue Benny Hill
Not
music.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Running out between trees and like.
I'm gonna pull out one of my daggers, and I'm gonna go to them, and I'm gonna cut them apart. Like I'm gonna, cause they're tied together, and I'm gonna like
Okay.
rip that apart. I really don't want both of them to die, because
Okay.
I realize the importance of getting.
I don't agree, but I'm also not in a position to stop you. So please go ahead.
Stand up, move, cut will be your action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Everybody else?
How far away do those, like, here? Do they sound?
They're a couple hundred feet away.
A couple hundred?
Right.
So that's okay.
So basically
We only have to deal with this
about
one.
less than a minute away.
Can I also use my cunning? Am I all out of moves, or can I still use my cunning action as a bonus action
We're not in
to dash?
Sure. It's kind of like quasi initiative. It's more like as a team. As soon as everybody's ready to go, you can now move with everybody when they're ready to go.
Okay.
Would it be worth it to wait till they're closer?
Yeah, these guys are, or the other things.
I'm also gonna say to the two of them as I cut it, it's
well,
just
we
like run
These
from
ones
us
are
and
medium threat.
you will be hunted down.
We might be able to outrun the others.
Is it so? He's kind of frozen in mid stride, sort of thing.
Basically.
Is he literally frozen in mid stride?
Yes.
He actually kind of face plants and it falls down
So-
face first into the dirt.
So my thought was, I have
He's paralyzed.
among my things that I have
Yep.
a hunting trap.
Okay.
Would it be reasonable for me to kind of set this thing up where he's about to step down into?
How long does it take to set it up?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just have a hunting trap as part of my starting gear.
I would say I'll take an action to set it up. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So assuming he's sort of like frozen, I'm just gonna like.
You see his one right paw coming forward.
Right,
You're just
right,
like,
right where I think it's gonna be.
Okay.
Can Dream help him set it up?
Dream has other priorities, I think. It's running away.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably gonna turn out really bad for me if he suddenly becomes unfrozen. But my intent is to go set it up, and if I can, if it's a thing I can do also this round, I'll use the rest of my move to continue moving forward back to where the prisoners are, I guess. But
Okay.
well,
I would say
as much as I can do,
yeah, you're probably.
and I'll look up the rules for the actual hunting trap as we.
Yeah, I see you're up there with the prisoners now. So Mankle. So I have three kind of sections here. You have
I'm gonna
Mankle,
save it.
the Windchaser,
Okay.
sisters, Shanna,
Hopefully this will keep him as long as we can.
with Brar and the
Let's get
prisoners in the
closer.
back. Then we're all close behind. And now you guys ready to push forward again. Okay. Make a dexterity check as you guys are now leaping and bounding, sprinting through the woods.
15.
So technically 24.
Okay, so you actually catch up
18.
to everybody. You're so fast.
22.
Okay, you guys are fine. What was yours?
15.
15?
Mine's an 18.
With Mankle?
Mankle's is a natural
But I have
15
to
plus whatever.
stay.
Okay, he's fine. And then over here, the prisoners now separated.
Still
Can't-
stuck.
keep up.
I mean, they're still bound in other ways, so it's probably
No,
still
their
in
feet
there.
are cut apart and they're not tied together, but their hands are bound.
Yeah. And they
It's-
probably can't see in the dark.
You can't get the arm swing going.
So, where does that put us?
So that will put kind of like that right there.
So before you roll, hypothetically, could I use Wild Magic Surge to make you roll at a disadvantage for a save? Just hypothetically, because it lets me roll at an advantage on one things. But it would activate my Tide of Chaos, so next time I roll.
Unless it specifically says you can. No.
No, I just, for flavor.
Did he make it?
What's the
14.
14?
Wisdom. Usually animals are dumb. This is what I'm banking on.
Just from being frozen, he just lets out a roar
Shit.
and steps forward. Kink. As he looks down now, as this trap grabs him.
So, assuming. So, technically, with. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
The funny thing is, this doesn't look to be in pain. He's just frustrated by it. There's no blood. There's no damage.
Does he press forward?
But he's stuck there for right now for his turn.
There for his turn.
And what do you have to do to break out of traps? Is there a strength check?
Yeah, he would take the. Usually he would get a dexterity saving throw. I like they didn't for this one, but whatever. So until he breaks through the trap, he's stuck by the length of a chain, which is about 3 feet. He can use a DC 13 strength check as an action to free himself from the trap. And each failed one would deal 1 piercing damage. But basically, on his turn,
Did
he
you
can
do
make
it
a.
now, or did you?
Stepping on it, he lunges forward trying to pull his leg free, but he's still stuck. So let's make, now it's a new turn. Let's run through these woods some more.
How far away?
You guys are getting closer to the tree line. It's you guys can actually start seeing a crescent where the tree line breaks and you guys are almost in the clear. Coming through this way, you know, as soon as you break through a tree line, it's about another 5 miles to the road, and about another 10 miles in the Phandelver.
Can I?
But Dream's is like, get to the clearing! Also, you can kind of start to see coming over. It's been about 6-7 hours, about 7 hours now. So you can kind of start seeing the sun start to rise a little bit.
Dawn. You just have to surround until dawn.
Until dawn.
Mankle.
Let's just hope the sun isn't
Brr.
wayward. And okay.
Okay, 2 questions.
All
2
the
questions.
references.
Okay,
Can I
answer.
hear how close those other wolves are?
They're still about a couple hundred feet away.
How far ahead of this wolf are we?
5, 10, 15, you're 20 feet away.
Okay.
15 for me, 13 for Mankle.
Yeah. Where's my 20? It's right here. No, it's fine.
13 for me. And they rolled an 8 and a 10.
I definitely fell back a little bit.
I think I did
13
2
for
with
me, 8 and 10.
10 for me. Which one's
I'll
next?
say he's that age, so he'll stay back.
What are we doing?
He actually falls back because he's in the trap.
What did you
Oh,
say
God.
for?
No,
We don't have to have one on this.
Okay.
Why
I was
does
gonna
someone
say,
take
I'm
my
not
die
sure
for? Wait, this is your die, isn't
I
it?
got an 8.
Why do we have the same die?
Eight?
It's just confusing.
Just the roots, you
No,
just
no.
hook your toe into it and you fall forward, but you stumble, but you're not
Yeah,
face
yeah.
planting it.
Not face planting.
But you do fall back.
That's good.
I think I did 2 with a 10.
10, you stumble, but luckily you're able to catch yourself and keep going forward. The werewolf, though. What was it? Strength check?
DC 13.
DC 13.
He's gonna get himself some sweet hats.
As with his left rear paw, he slams down the trap, pushes it open, releasing himself, and then starts taking off again.
That's okay.
Are those other wolves getting any
I'm
closer?
gonna yell, move it, glass staff.
And he is right on him. This is another dexterity check for everybody.
For everybody?
Everybody.
I've got another whole person. Use it again.
I definitely
You
made
gonna use it
that.
again?
I don't have to.
I can entangle, but I want it to wait.
Yeah, just hold on.
Did we say he was the real one?
Yeah.
Because he rolled a 13, she rolled a 4, I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Jenny again turns around and magic.
And a magic.
And magic.
Okay. So he has to do a wisdom saving throw again. 14.
14.
Be so pissed
And he has
if
to
natural 20s.
be less than that. If he equals it, then he doesn't get.
Yeah, I think it's meter beat. Is how it's just like
Okay.
AC, I think.
As you turn around, cast hold person as he's lunging towards Glass Staff. You hope for a second that he would stop, but he follows through. Barely. As his joints kind of holding up, but he presses through it with ferocity. Takes on Glass Staff as you turn around and you see him just devour his throat, ripping it out.
Okay.
Well, we got some time. Let's go.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
For it's worth 21 for 13 for Michael.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and so he fell back, and she fell back before?
He did a 13. She did a 4.
Okay.
So I just got rid of his dice.
Okay, so she actually doesn't move up, doesn't fall back. Brar's 21.
21.
21.
Yep.
Mankel's 15.
13.
13. And did you roll after you cast it?
13.
Okay, so you guys are maintaining. You still hear now the werewolves closing in, almost. They were out wide, and now they're starting to kind of V in towards you guys. This one, now having the kill, the bite, is going to look at everybody, stand back up, and pursue again. You guys are now about one more sprint away from the entranceway.
So how close are they?
The far guys,
Yeah.
they're still about half a minute away, 200 feet or so,
Can you drop that
150.
entangle behind us once we get through?
Is it a specific
Oh, mark up
place or
hunting
like-
trap.
It's a good use of that hunting trap.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're
have to buy
one more
another
sprint
one or
away from
five.
the clearing.
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay.
I just don't think I have anything else that's useful.
Okay.
Okay.
Sprint?
Oh, you know, I should have been doing. You don't have dark vision. This should be all disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
For this last one, it will be disadvantage for her.
Oh. So we have to roll again?
One more. Yeah, let's see. Possibly one more time.
This would be all me right now. Oh, that really sucks. Biscuits. 19 and a 2, y'all. I just want y'all to know. 13 and a 2.
Okay.
I got it.
Girl, I got you.
Okay.
Perception, if I can find.
So this is dexterity still.
3.
So you're okay. I mean, dexterity, you're still good, but you still fall back a little bit.
Okay, and then I'll roll for
yeah.
her.
We should
We
not have
needed
had you
those.
roll for the
I
prisoner.
told you guys not to let me roll for them.
Why did you keep rolling that?
I don't know.
Lunging out, she trips and she stumbles. She can't find her footing. I will let you make a defensive saving throw.
Somebody else roll.
Can I make a? I mean, I don't know if I can see this, if there's something I can do, but can I try and like throw a hand axe to hinder him or somehow? Like,
Can I try and throw a dagger as well?
I'll allow one. Yeah. Turn around, seeing him just about to pounce on the assumed.
Minkle and I were both
Drow.
15, by the way.
You're
on
sure
this one.
defensive. It's a 9. 9 plus whatever. I don't know.
18, 24, 24 to hit
Oh, nice.
with one of the hand axes.
Okay.
I'm going for like a leg kind of thing. Just
It
trying to.
grabs on, digs its claws on as just as it's about to bite into it. The hand axe hits it square in the face as it turns, letting go of the prisoner, but no apparent damage to it.
Glass staff, you better move your glass staff.
Oh, he's
No,
dead.
he's
Oh, glass staff.
Not glass staff, whatever your name is.
Not
Other
Drow.
person. Not Drow.
Drop it on
We
Drow.
did know her
sorry.
name.
Vita Reef.
Hashtag draw not draw.
Homegirl better move.
Valerie, better find your joie de vivre. I don't know. No, okay.
By reef, better make like a tree and leaf.
Yeah. The joie de vivre means the will to live.
Girl better have a level live.
Alright.
That's
Are we there yet?
It's like
So
right
breaking
there.
through the tree line, finally you guys push through.
All the rest of us?
Hopping over falling down trees, dodging branches.
Most of us.
Vyrith, her arms are still tied behind her back, but she's basically like limping-ish because her shoulder's torn up with the claws that dug into her. Brar is short, a hand axe.
Turn into a werewolf.
Down to 4.
What? I was gonna entangle them.
Wait, 4
Does
hand axes?
that mean she's gonna turn into a werewolf?
I picked up a
What's
couple
she
in the
gonna
castle.
do? What is she?
Running into the clearing now. You guys have pushed through. And turning back, you see the werewolf kind of stop and pause at the tree clearing.
So I don't know. Should I cast entangle anyway?
I think so, yeah, just to like keep him from.
Entangle.
Okay. He has to do a dexterity check to prevent it, or a strength check to get out of it.
Use an action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. What's that?
Okay, so he's going to do a strength check to see if he basically the vines
Yep.
wrap
Against
around
your
his
spell,
legs,
should be
and he's going to try to pull through to kind of get out of it.
8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your spellcasting modifier. So it'll be.
What? 13.
Yep, so basically 8 is the base, and then your proficiency bonus goes up with your level, and then your spellcasting modifier is the modifier for your wisdom. So it's probably going to be 8 plus 2 plus 3, which is 13.
But I'm level 3.
Proficiency bonus goes up every 4 levels or so.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You see the vines kind of wrap around his legs as he just ferociousness, frothing as he's kind of like ready to pounce. Rips out of him, no problem. Bounces over to the left, out of the range of the tangled vines. As you now hear the howls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now as the fog comes to the edge of the clearing.
There's a howl for you.
And as the sun, right, as the fog reaches the edge and the sun's coming up, you see these eyeballs inside the forest clearing, and the fog starts to recess, and
Well, I'm gonna
one
shoot
by
an arrow.
one.
I'm gonna throw the dagger that I still have
I'm
in my
shooting an arrow.
hand
Okay,
at the werewolf.
go for it.
What do I need to roll for
I'm
throwing a
gonna lean
dagger?
up against Red and be like, holy crap.
What,
So 14.
Awesome. You go. Something.
Misses.
what is it gonna be for
That off.
Throwing dagger?
Yeah, one dagger.
It'll be gone. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like
it'll be
so
dexterity throw. You're proficient in it, so it's okay.
What?
It's 11 plus proficiency, plus your dexterity.
Am I proficient in daggers?
Yeah. Yeah, you're rogue.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so 15, 17.
Can't control that goblin.
So 11
I don't know
plus
what it was
2
thinking.
plus.
Hold on.
So 13 plus your dex
Little
bonus.
bastard, right?
Well, yeah, 13 plus my dex bonus would be 19.
Your dex bonus is 6?
I think I might be
It's
wrong.
not.
It's 4.
4. Okay.
Proficiency is 2.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
why I have
17.
Weird things written down in places. I think I was drunk when I did this sheet.
You throw it in there. It's just too dark, so you're not sure if you actually hit anything.
We weren't swearing.
I just did. I've been swearing the whole time.
Yeah, we've been swearing.
Alright.
Not a lot. Not copious amounts, but
I'm sorry, children, if you are watching. And parents.
So now, as the sun rises,
Bra.
as the
Here we go.
werewolves recede with the fog into the woods,
Yeah. Alright.
we'll take our first break.
Oh, thank God.
I want to go hack some werewolves up.
I think they're gone now. The
So, like,
sun came up, they're
I
gone.
killed Glassstaff.
You didn't kill Glassstaff.
No,
The dice gods killed
he
Glassstaff.
was not.
He was not fast enough for this.
He was